ho, comic book fans, and a ho 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 to you too. And welcome to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner, the holiday shopping edition. Well, I'm your little Santa's helper, as always, Cammy, and this episode is the episode to show your wife or girlfriend or best friends who might be wondering what to get you for Christmas. So, let's just make that transition now. Pause, go get your spouse or loved one, and then let me talk to them. Hey there, hot stuff. How you doing? So, your boyfriend slash husband wanted me to tell you about what are some good gift ideas this holiday season, comic book wise. So, I'm going to go ahead and just list off from different companies, different collections that I think would make a good stocking stuffer or a nice little present around for under the tree. So, starting off with just the indie stuff, because I myself am a fan of many independent comics, and I think that more independent collections should be on people's shelves, as you can see behind me. Essex County Trilogy. This is from Top Shelf. It's Jeff Lemire's probably best known work, and just recently on Canada's top 20 books of all time, it placed there. So it's a great little slice of life about life in Canada, lots of hockey, and under there you get great storytelling by Lemire, and it's a nice big thick hardcover. Nice for the bookshelf, and it'll keep him or her entertained for a while. Also, from the Luna Brothers, we have The Sword. It comes out in several different trade paperbacks, or if you want to, spring and get the nice deluxe collected edition, you can do that as well. It's very fantasy. It's like Kill Bill meets I forget what I said the analogies for my other reviews are, but it's very violent, very epic, very gorgeous artwork by the Luna Brothers, and it's one of my favorite collections that I have yet to own. So if you're watching, you want to get me that, go ahead, do so. Also, we have Chew, which is also from Image, and it's from Rob Guillory, John Layman. I've talked about it consistently throughout the past year, and basically it's for that foodie in your life, or someone who just wants to have fun storytelling with a little bit of darker humor in a very interesting landscape that Layman and Guillory have provided us. It comes out in trade paperback, and also there is a hardcover, the Omnivore edition, which I made Book of the Month back in November, so go check out that review, see if that might be something you like. Kill Shakespeare is from IDW Publishing. It's only one trade out so far, but basically this is for the person in your household who might enjoy Shakespeare, like a hell of a lot more than any of the rest of us do. But not to worry, if you're not a fan of Shakespeare, this might help you become a fan. It has all the characters set in that universe battling against each other and then trying to unite as one to find and hunt down that villainous Will Shakespeare. Gorgeous art, and then I gotta warn you though, sometimes it's contemporary, so you have to really focus on the words if you want it to make sense. Also, we have Asterius Polyp, which is a gorgeous book. It's for that graphic designer in your life, or someone who just likes really pretty artwork. You won't see any black ink throughout this collection. It's always dark purple, or any of the other colors, not really primary colors, but any of there's no different shades, there's just straight color. And that's what I really enjoy about this. David Mazzucchelli just came out of the blue with this one, and it's being hailed by all these different organizations and collecting all these awards. So you should see what all the hype is about, and it's I can tell you right now, it's going to be a classic that you want to own in your own personal library. So go check that out. Also, for the people who like the spy and the espionage stuff, you can get them Queen and Country. That comes out from Oni Press, and they have several collections, all very nice and thick, so that'll keep you entertained. And then you get great back matter by Greg Rucka, the writer, and then also some little sketches from the artists as well. But yes, MI6, Britain, undercover ops, black ops shit. It's good stuff to check out, especially if you like that kind of genre. It's huge right now on AMC, The Walking Dead. Get your spouse or loved one the collection of the comic books to see where it all began. There are several different trade paperbacks out, but then you also want to just go ahead and just spring for the hardcovers, because these are gorgeous. You can kill small vermin in your household with them. And it's all great, gorgeous black and white by Charlie Adlard and Robert Kirkman. And you get to see a little bit of, what differs from the books, what differs from the TV show. And I think any zombie fan or just fan of that TV show would be really interested in getting that for Christmas. I think that's going to be selling like hotcakes, actually, this Christmas. So very, very smart move on the marketing. Also, this is going to be a film in a couple of years from Image. It is Elephant Men by Richard Starkings, and get to see where it all takes place, what it's about before it actually debuts in a couple of summers from now. Basically, it's elephants or slash human hybrids. They were bred for war in the future, and then they finally get their own lives back. And now they're trying to fit in with society, but a society that doesn't want them. Very interesting stuff. Gorgeous artwork from tons of very different artists, and just good story. It's like a mix between Blade Runner and then all these other futuristic stories as well. And believe me, if you're a fan of the sci-fi genre, you're going to want to get up these or pick up these collections. They're really good stuff. Also from IDW, if you're a fan of Richard Parker, his works, Darwin Cook has adapted them as Parker the Hunter, and then The Outfit. Both came out, well, one came out this year, the previous year, but they're nice little collections collecting Richard Stark's Parker series, and it's just the gorgeous artwork of Darwin Cook that really, really hooks you and really gives you a great just storytelling all throughout. Like, I mean, Darwin Cook's a genius. I'm not the first one to say this, but these collections are really something special. And you don't have to be a fan of the medium, but you will appreciate it a hell of a lot more after reading these series. And then finally, for those, actually not finally, but for the World War II and war stories crowd, I give you Garth Ennis's Battlefields omnibus. There's only one volume out right now. Another one's coming next year, I think. But basically, it collects 3 different stories of 3 separate happenings during World War II, and it's not usually set in like the just whole Americans versus Nazis. No, you get different perspectives of like a nurse from Britain or a night witch from Russia. It's just a very interesting look on other from different views of the war, all gorgeously, brilliantly written by Garth Ennis. I would totally want this if I was a big, war games fan. And then finally, Lock and Key from IDW is going to be a television series soon on Fox, I believe. So why not get it on the ground floor here and pick it up, see what all the hullabaloo is about, and then, as soon as it comes out, you get to be one of the many who goes, yeah, I read the comic. I know what's up. It's about different keys, it's horror and fantasy combined. It's very, very good stuff. And again, that was also the first, one of the first books of the month earlier this year. So go check that out as well. Now, on to what everyone wants anyways from Marvel and DC, the superhero stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and list off some of the series or omnibuses that I suggest that you should purchase because they're classic or they're just really good this year. For Marvel, the Astonishing X-Men Omnibus is really good by Joss Whedon and John Cassaday. It's a classic X-Men story. You don't really need to know all 30, 40 years of X-Men history to know what's going on, but it's accessible for new readers and readers of the old school X-Men. Very good stuff, especially if you're a big X-Men fan. The Ghost Rider Omnibus. That's by Jason Aaron and a slew of different artists. And Jason Aaron makes Ghost Rider cool again. The character was fucked with so much over the years that you get a nice big collection of what the Flamin' Skullhead guy should be like. And it is something that you would see in a Grindhouse flick by some of the issues. It's really good stuff. Runaways is a good series to collect. It's in trade paperback and hardcover for young readers or experienced readers. And again, it sets it up it's very accessible team to follow in the Marvel Universe. It's around a little group of kids. Their parents are villains, they find out, and then they try to battle and go on and be heroes themselves, but they're all runaways. Very interesting concept by Brian K. Vaughan, one of my favorite writers of all time. The Ultimate line of comics is always, that's why the line was created, was to hook new readers. And so you get Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Fantastic Four. These are the 2 series I recommend because it's it's a relaunch of those origins of those characters. Thank you. And with the Ultimate Spider-Man, new movie's coming out soon, and that's what they're supposedly going off of, is the Ultimate line. So you want to get on the ground floor there. See how Webhead is in this perspective. Also, the colored series, Daredevil Yellow, Spider-Man Blue, and Hulk Gray, all written by Jeff Loeb, all drawn by Tim Sale. And it's just great little one-shot stories collected in nice little hardcovers of these characters. And the art's just amazing because it's Tim Sale. For you Wolverine fans, I would highly recommend Wolverine, the Old Man Logan Omnibus. It takes place in the future with Logan never wanting to unsheath his claws again, and you get this great post-apocalyptic landscape and see which villains and heroes survived, and seeing if Wolverine is going to shed his claws eventually at the end. It's just gorgeous stuff. Steve McNiven's art is great. It might seem a little rushed in some places, but it's a very good story about Wolverine, told by Mark Millar. And finally, for you Criminal fans, there's the Criminal Omnibus, collects the first 3 series by Brubaker and Phillips, and it is just gorgeous. If you're a fan of crime, if you're a fan of just good art, if you're a fan of the heist, this would be a good collection to get. And then on to DC, we have the Absolutes. There's tons of Absolute editions that you can always pick up, but the one I recommend for any comic book fan that's going to love is Absolute New Frontier by Darwin Cook. It takes place way back when, but it's just that whole style just fits right with that timepiece of, like kind of the Cold War era. And it's the whole space race. This is just great. You get to see all your favorite DC characters in a new light, new perspective, great new adventures, and then gorgeous backup material. Oh, there's so much great stuff in the back. And then you can go, maybe it'd be a good pairing with the DVD, the animated feature. It's good stuff. Batman and Robin by Grant Morrison came out earlier this year, and you get to see 2 hardcovers out right now that collect the first, I think, 12 issues, 6 issues apiece. And that would be good for any Batman and Robin fans, because this is a good updated take on Batman. And spoilers, it's not Bruce Wayne. So it's very interesting to see how this Batman and Robin duo connect and work together. It's good stuff. And with the Green Lantern movie coming out, I would suggest Green Lantern Secret Origins, which I made Book of the Month earlier, and then the Green Lantern Omnibus, which collects a lot of the Silver Age stuff, and it's nice and thick. Gets you introduced and familiar a lot with Hal Jordan, and then you can get to know him a little bit more when the movie comes out and go, okay, well, I'm going to make a reference. It's just good stuff. It's not Jeff Johns, though. It's the actual original writers and artists. It's really good. I recommend it. And then speaking of Omnibus, Starman Omnibus, there's a couple of those out, and James Robinson, I consider this as his best work, and it's a character not that many people are familiar with. So if you want to get that know-it-all, something else to read, or that person who's just focused on Batman and Superman, get them this. It'll rock their world, I think. And then Superman Red Sun, the deluxe edition. There's a couple of deluxe editions out. I hesitate to suggest any of the Fables or the Preacher or the Ex Machina ones, because if you were to get them one hardcover, the others might not be, the whole run might not be completed yet. So that's why I want to say, hey, listen, these are a couple of one-shots of collected deluxe stuff. There's Superman Red Sun Deluxe Edition by Miller and Johnson. Gorgeous stuff. It gives you a take on Superman if he were to land in Soviet Russia instead. Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow by Alan Moore. And then Batman the Killing Joke, also by Alan Moore. Both classic Alan Moore tales on both heroes. Only they're nice hardcover, get some extra stories in the back as well. And then finally, Batwoman Elegy. This, oh my god, J.H. Williams III's art in this. Gorgeous. And it's the Batwoman, her whole origin, why you should be picking it up. So that is just a couple of suggestions to maybe help you with your holiday shopping this year. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness and past reviews and Book of the Months to see if something else I might talk about interests you or might be good for your husband or boyfriend or girlfriend's shelf, by all means, check out Cammy'sComicCorner.com. I'm also on iTunes, and then also I do some audio reviews, Geeky Talkie. If you want a good website to find a lot of this stuff, it's Rising Sun Creations at rsc-online.com, or you can find a lot of good deals at Amazon, eBay, In-Stock Trades. ThinkGeek has a couple of these collected editions. And especially if you want apparel and other electronics and stuff like that, ThinkGeek all the way. That would be a good stop on your browser, bookmarks, toolbar, whatever. So I hope all of you have some happy holidays and get what you want this Christmas. That's usually not the case, but I'm just trying to help out that possibility of getting something good. So until the next time, this has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I have been your host, Cammy. Happy holidays. Go eat some, gingerbread? Wash it down with some spiked eggnog? I don't know what you people do. It's none of my business, actually.